with Thomas Patrice. Soul Family and Barry 3D Carter. Go ahead.
Oh, wow.
Who's next? What's going on?
Who got next?
Who's got
Who
a
got
topic?
next?
TP.
Okay, I'll get next. It's been a big subject. It's been a big subject in the news. Alec Baldwin and the tragedy that happened on set with him. A lot of that's thank you, Zolf. He is the Make-A-Wish kid. No, we're not playing Cowboys and Indians.
Oh, Jesus.
Stop it, Zolf.
I just want to say I love the meme. I love the meme Dave shared that he stands behind Alec Baldwin.
Because there's no fucking way I'm standing in front of him.
I know.
No, but it was a tragic situation. But everybody's saying who's responsible, who's responsible. Okay. Being that I've been on set where there have been live weapons used, that you have to be very, very, very careful, number one. So the rules are that the prop master is the last person to touch a weapon, first and last, because he's supposed to get the weapon, secure the weapon, make sure he breaks it down the night before or weeks before, and checks every weapon to make sure.
Is that the title, prop master? I don't know. I'm just asking. Prop master.
The title might have changed, but prop master is the guy who's the only one who's allowed to touch a weapon. 2, live weapons inside of a building. They cut that out after Brandon Lee got shot.
Right. I think that was 2007, I want to say.
No, that was way back, dude. That was
way before that?
What, The Crow?
The Crow, yeah.
I can remember what year it was.
But what I'm saying is, so a lot of people, I'm not trying to justify anything. I am not an authority. Let me put that disclaimer up. I am not an authority. I'm just giving my opinion. It was a tragedy.
I feel like you're a doctor.
And yeah, I'm wearing white. Let's do the doctor twirl. No. And, these things happen on set. Somebody said, well, the prop master is the first and last person supposed to touch the weapon. What happened, like I keep saying, is it was a tragedy. No one should be, these mistakes just shouldn't happen, right? I like your opinions on it.
I read an article. Actually, I don't read much. I just see videos. And you guys, since you guys are actors, you guys can probably confirm this, that when you guys practice your lines, you guys have, if there is a prop involved, there are known as cold and hot props. Hot props, obviously loaded guns and all that, and cold props are just plastic or rubber guns to show the effect. So you guys are in the moment and everything, and that takes place. I am not kidding. I'm having a deja vu. I feel like I've done this topic again before somewhere. I don't know. I could be wrong. So having said that, do you think somebody switched it over? Did they have any, did anything come out in terms of there was any beef with this girl before? Because she was really hot looking girl, man. And I believe her husband was, so there are a lot of conspiracy theories that are out on it. Her husband was already, he was investigating child pornography on someone high profile client. And bro, again, these are all conspiracy theories that I read because I love conspiracy theories because they just make you want to go, that's fucking smart. Or you go like, what a fucking cunt. That doesn't even make sense.
No, man.
How the fuck are we doctors? Like that.
No,
So I was just curious, two aspects of it, right? Like, so is there like a cold and a hot prop when you guys act? One, and second, do you think it's got related to some other conspiracy theory which we don't get to see now and obviously comes out later? Like Epstein didn't really hang himself. What I'm trying to say is,
hey, Epstein, you want a towel? I'll take one. Anyways, no, just to throw my idea. No, I think it was somebody made a real big fuck up, because on set, when I've worked with prop weapons and I've worked with real weapons, right? On set, my military experience has no bearing. The prop master says, I don't give a fuck if you're in the military. Give me that fake weapon or that weapon. You're not supposed to be touching it. You are not supposed to touch the weapon until the prop master gives it to his second. His second doesn't do anything. You're there with the prop master. The prop master doesn't hand it to you. He gives it to his second. Second gives it to you and says, This is yours. Don't lose it. Don't leave the set with it. When we break, you bring it back to me. If you don't bring it back to the second will come find you. Goes, where's the weapon? Or where's the prop? Where's it?
Yeah, I think I also in the same, and I think in the same video they also mentioned that when actors leave the set, they're always, if there is like a weapon involved, they always get searched whether they have the weapon on them or not, and they don't care what profile you're at, right? Like you could be a freaking Brad Pitt or you could be Data from Star Trek, but everybody gets searched.
Just to throw this in the mix, back in the day there was a TV show, Dave Barry. I think you guys remember this. A guy named John Eric Hexum. He went from the Time Travelers to a TV show called Cover Up, right? And he was this ex-military guy. His character was this ex-military guy, whatever. One night he's there with his fiance. Now he'd only proposed to this girl 2 weeks before. He's there with his fiance. He's playing with a prop gun he thought wasn't loaded. Put it to his head. Pull the trigger. Here's the big fucking thing people have to understand. If you have a prop gun, whatever, and the prop master gives it to you, it is supposed to be checked the night before, the week before, confirmed, checked again the day of, checked just before they give it to you. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, you can't say that because a lot of people don't have time. Fuck what you're saying. I've been on sets. I've seen prop masters literally get in my face. That is, I don't give a fuck if you're in the army. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck if you're ex-cop like this. Fuck, I had a guy like this dinkus beside you. You got to give me that weapon, and they will be in you. Because you know what? It's somebody's lives. Too, there are also weapons that just have a flash in them. They don't shoot rounds or whatever. They just have a flash in them, right? There are also weapons that look like they're real, but again, that goes back to, weapons master. That goes back to the prop department. The prop department gives you.
So TP, here's the thing. You being in the military, can you make a difference between a prop gun and a real gun? Because you work extensively with the stuff. And Dave, to you as well. I don't know if you've ever had a scene where you had to use a weapon. All I've seen is you stand there and people just shit break. So.
Well, I have been lucky enough to get shot on screen, so I was on the receiving end of it, and I had the squibs lined up and everything else. So,
but must have seen the process at that point then, when that scene happened.
Yeah. Well, okay. First and foremost, and I don't want to get on the topic of guns are designed for one purpose and one purpose only, and that's to kill. That's it. There's no other. Nobody's ever sitting there going, "Ooh, I need a new Glock for a paperweight." Okay. They are designed for one purpose and one purpose only. That is it. Now, I've heard rumors that the set for the movie Rust has been just rife with problems and people walking off set and people quitting and people being like, fuck this. And there's been like union and a non-union and a bunch of other things going on. And I honestly have no idea because, excuse me, the easiest way to put it is I'm not on that set. I have no idea. I don't know what happened. I don't know, because I've heard people say that, when Baldwin was handed the gun, somebody said, cold gun. So it's not supposed to be
loaded and all that.
Loaded or ready to fire.
But why would you need a hot gun on a set anyway? You know what I mean? That was the thing that when they said cold and hot and they were explaining, I was like, why would you need a?
Well, so if you have a cold gun, right? That means it's not loaded. It's not anything else. So you're going to use that for, let's say, you're rehearsing the scene.
Rehearsing, practice, right? Yeah.
So you'd have the hot gun if you want the muzzle flash, or it would have some sort of
an impact, like it just shows an effect that there was a flash, right?
Yeah,
a rubber bullet, even.
But still, one of the components, even in not dummy rounds, but blanks, it's gunpowder, and there are still, there's still that small percentile where something could fuck up and something could still fire out.
Okay.
Whether it be the wadding, whether it be, whatever it is. And if you hit somebody the wrong way with it, they're fucked. So, I mean, like, I don't know what happened on this set. I don't know what happened in regards to this incident and everything else. I mean, like, it's a tragedy. It sucks for everybody involved. The cast, the crew, the producers, the families, and everything else. It sucks all around. But I mean, like, for right now, there's not a whole lot of material coming out. Yeah, you have all the theories and everything else, and like, oh, it was the Illuminati that did it. Fuck off. Like, it's like, just shut up and fucking be patient and wait for the proper authorities to do their investigation. And then once it's back, then then you'll be able to figure it all out and whatnot, and you'll hear. But to make, like, oh, well, like, there was, child porn and, this, that, and the other thing. And yeah, Epstein didn't kill himself, but it really doesn't. I mean, like, it's
subtle.
It's just squeeze it right in there.
That's what she
but
said.
Yeah, no, like, there, it's literally. I mean, like, it is a tragedy and everything else. I mean, like, there's no other word to describe it. But to sit there and say, oh, well, it was another reason, and it was this, that, and the other thing, and a person's dead. Like, that's all there is to it.
Exactly.
So Dave, you said something, and a quick question that popped up into my head. When you said you were the receiving end, were you wearing a bulletproof vest? See how I did that? You see that? Vest. Not a vest.
A bulletproof
But you're wearing a
vest?
bulletproof
No.
vest.
I was not wearing a bulletproof vest. No, there was no need for one. I trusted the guys that hooked up the squibs and everything else. They showed me how it all worked out. And, like, literally, the squibs are little explosions on, strapped to your body. It's exactly what it is. Some are going to blow out the blood. Some are going to blow out.
Yeah,
the
some, like,
dust,
okay,
and
right.
But that's what it is. So yeah, you have to have that trust in these people because, like I said, they're putting explosions on my chest and they're putting explosions on my back.
Come on, Dave. I come from a land where people do this every day. One-time thing. Come on.
Jesus.
Well,
Oh, jeez.
We're gonna explain all this stuff for me. Explosives on your body. Come on.
Listen, I did not have to walk up to the door and claim it in the name of Allah. I just had to stand there, take the shot, fall off to the side.
It's not, I just want to throw it out because just to educate people, it's not because in the name of Allah. It's the motive is the 72 virgins. We're like, damn, not one, not two, 72. That's
They never heard of
eternity,
Tinder?
my friend.
And
They
you
never
know
heard of
what?
Tinder?
Hold on.
And then
See,
wait,
we're gonna-
and if you just
No,
turn
hold on.
around,
Shut
that's
the-
another 72 virgins
If we're
again.
going to get into this, first of all, okay,
Uh-oh.
now being a comic book geek and, like, geek in general and whatnot, there's quite a few. It does not specify male or female virgins, does it?
No. Surprise.
Wouldn't
That's what I'm
that
saying. Because everybody's
Seriously,
like,
wouldn't that suck to claim it?
Vindo.
that's
Wouldn't that
that's
suck
why.
to claim it in the name of Allah, and
That's
then all of a
why
sudden,
the
next thing you
smart
know, you're in a
guys-
fucking D&D
That's-
tournament.
I'm with you, Dave. That's why the smart guys are in hell. We're like, fuck this. There is a disclaimer here. We fucking know. We've lived in this white man's world. We know God is white. We don't fucking want to deal with this shit. Where you going? Hell, motherfucker, hell. But there's 72 virgins, and if you turn them around, 72 virgins all over again. Nope. I understood the assignment. No.
Yeah. Because I could be like, let's see, 72 virgins, but I go out with a bang, or Tinder, and I just start banging.
But in all honesty, Dave, yes, actually, they do justify the gender. They say it says when you translate in Urdu, like that's how I learned it. They say you get hure, which means female angels. So there is that kind of disclaimer. Now again,
called? Say, what are they called again?
Hur.
No, you said hure.
Hour.
Okay.
I know it sounded like
W-H-O.
I know. But
I'm just saying. You know.
So, but
it actually sounded like he was about to go hip hop hooray!
Yes, exactly. Because when you go,
1,
you
2,
get
3,
hure.
4, 5.
So there is that, but again, that's culturally, people interpret
Yeah,
it
but
the
the
way
Vikings, the Vikings had the same thing. You were brought to Valhalla by the Valkyries.
I think we just stole some script. I don't know, man.
And
that's
to
why
be honest, in Norse mythology,
Yep.
if you died in battle, you went up to Valhalla.
Right.
And if you died in any other way, shape, or form, just from natural causes, you did go to hell. But that's because Hela, his Odin's daughter, was the guardian there.
Loki's daughter.
No.
Yep.
Hela's
Was it
Loki's
Loki's?
daughter?
I thought it was.
No. So sorry. Side note. So you have Loki. Loki has 3 kids, and his 3 kids. One is Hela. The other one is the Fairness Wolf, and the other one is the serpent that does Ragnarok, that wraps around the earth. There, the Midgard serpent. There we go.
And I would take his word over any of you guys. Because
No, I
a
honestly,
podcast called Iconic Class Podcast. What a shameless plug there for you.
Either way, she's
Yes.
the one that's in charge of hell. But they don't view hell as the way the Christians do or anything else.
Right.
It's not burning, and it's just.
So even when we have tiers of hell, we have 7 tiers of hell and 7 tiers of heaven. That's how it's described to us.
Yeah.
Like you could be in heaven, but then somebody could be on heaven number 2, and they'd be like, "Yo, I got fine wine here," and you're just getting all that hot water there. And you're like, "I'll take hot water and hot baths, but like some wine when I'm dining in, And then someone on top might have wine and cheese, and you're like, "What?"
So where does the stairway to heaven? What level does that put you on?
No, that's just a song.
It's actually just an escalator, and there's different floors that you can get off.
Yeah. It's like men's department, you get off here.
No.
Kind of like the highway to hell has different off ramps.
Oh man, no.
Exit number 69. Oh yeah.
What?
Oh shit. All men taking a U-turn.
No,
Did
but
you not just say there was only 7 levels?
Yes.
So how do you get exit 69?
Just random. It's not going to start with 1.
Obviously, you're not a
God's
doctor.
got a sense
You
of
can't
humor.
do maths.
God's got a sense of. No, that's why I was the doctor from our previous episode. I did enroll. So still we're qualified on all 3 of you.
he put his name on the paperwork, and that was it.
I was like, this is what we're going to do. Orientation. We're going to cut people. Yeah, I'm out. Peace.
Oh, I'll cut a bitch.
Okay.
But no, but going back to your topic there for a second. Oh shoot! All right, and that's it. We're done for today.
All right, Dave. So hey.
But going back to your topic, I've been following a lot of this back and forth, and you brought up some interesting points. So yes, first of all, it's a shame that what happened on set, and I'm not taking sides. We don't know. There's not enough information out there that's happening right there, right? All I can say is I feel sorry for the family of Helena. I feel sorry for Alec Baldwin and his family and everything they're going through. And the media, people just need to kind of step off and leave it alone. End of the day, this guy has to have in his mind that he killed somebody unintentionally. That was not his objective, is not his goal. It had nothing to do. He went to do a job, and there was an accident on the job, for a lack of a better term. I'm not trying to downsell that at all. We did have the tragedy years ago with Brandon Lee on The Crow, just like you covered up that other TV show, Cover Up, with John Eric Hexum, because I used to watch a show on a weekly basis because the concept was kind of cool. that he's ex-military. He starts working for a spy agency. How do you get him into all these countries that don't allow people to go in there to spy on him? He would go with models, and he was there as the photographer. So that was his cover, as he would go in as a photographer, take pictures of all these models, and then go do the mission, get back, and then leave the country. So that was his whole cover story. And he ended up playing Russian roulette with a gun with a blank in it, point blank range. Blanks can still do damage. I did see Alec Baldwin did address the paparazzi, so not even the press. And yes, he was careful what he had to say because it's an ongoing investigation. He made that very clear. He was not going to answer any questions. I thought he was very respectful about that, but the paparazzi were not respectful of him, following him around all day. I mean,
I saw that video too. Yeah.
Right. And my point is, if you are a killer and that's what you do, then your mind frame is different from someone that is not a killer. And he is not. So he has to take the weight of taking away a loved one from her family, her friends, her colleagues, co-workers, and everything like that, and be that face. And right now, that's going to be the hot topic. Can things be, everyone's going to talk about safety this, safety that. Accidents do happen. It's a shame when it does. You have to, I think, in this case, respect the family who have lost a family member and respect the person that's still here, because that was not the intent. He was going to do what we all do, entertainment. He was going with the guidelines that have been set before by, how many movies out there that have a gun, TV shows, whatever, action movies, non-action drama. There's guns in a lot of shows for the action. This is, as actors, we take that on yourself. It's the same thing of driving a car. You get out there, accidents happen. Some are fatal, some are not. So with all this going on, I think people just need to kind of just let them grieve, let the people who have to investigate. And, as I said, everyone's jumping on the bandwagon and saying, we shouldn't use weapons anymore on sets. Yeah. Okay, but, no, but I mean, they should kind of CG it in. But the reason they have the effects is to have a level of realism, right? This is why, if you look at martial artists, you get people who know martial arts to do martial arts in a martial arts fight scene because they want a sense of realism. This is why the actors take the job.
That's a real tongue twister right there for me. Martial arts.
Right. We're going deep down the rabbit hole. So
hard and deep.
So everyone is there to project realism, to convey and tell a story.
Okay.
Go on, Hardeep.
to tell a story. So when when it happened just now, when it happened on The Crow, when it happened on Cover Up, they're all tragedies. I'm sure there's probably more out there that has happened that the public doesn't know about. And I'm not saying it's a conspiracy theory cover up. It's just that it happened with key popular people. If it was a film that was being done over in Indonesia and this happened, North America, we would not have heard about it. We only heard about these 3 incidents in North America because they were popular at the time. The TV show was popular. The Crow was popular. And I probably, Dave, I could be missing a couple, you know what I mean? And
the one out in the Twilight Zone.
Was it a helicopter crash?
Helicopter, yeah.
But it wasn't a gun involved. I think that was just a mechanical.
No. It was
I could be wrong. I said, right.
No,
that was,
but again,
but still, somebody died. There was a mistake made.
Right.
But it was an accident. Shit happened.
Right. But I might be seen as an asshole for this, but for amount of movies that are made in North America, and there's only been a few tragedies, as tragic as they are, if you look at the averages, it's still a very low percentage from what I know. And I could be totally wrong. And if I'm wrong, tell me so.
We fact checked it. We fact check on this podcast. We fact check everything. So you're right. It's a small price to pay for those hit movies. Come on, let's go.
Jesus, don't say price to pay, man.
The one thing I'd like to weigh in and throw in there, now you have these political people, like congressmen and congresswomen going after Alec Baldwin. Time to revive your career. Anyways,
but
I just want to say again to what you were saying.
Sorry, let me interrupt here. This just came in. It was just handed to me.
Hot off the press.
Yeah, hot off the press. We don't fact check shit here. I don't know who the fuck you're kidding.
I was Googling at the same time. And that's why YouTube banned us.
Not a doctor.
But what I'm saying is, sorry,
still
just really quick, I just want to say this: the people who are now weighing in on it, the political. Okay, you were saying there are levels of heaven. There are levels of bullshit I find when these things happen. First, it's all the worms who come out of the woodwork. Yeah, Alec Baldwin threw hot coffee at me once, and he yelled the word rust. Then you have the assholes who come out with their cameras. Oh, Mr. Baldwin, can you look this way and look more guilty? Then you have the Congress people. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Watch my knowing nod. Have I found anything in this? No, not at all. I just need my career resurrected because Donald Trump is no longer in office and I'm a Republican. Like, get the fuck out of here with your bullshit. Barry, I think you said it very eloquently. 100%. You know what? Two people are hurt by this tragedy. The person that it happened to, God rest her soul. And to her family, my arms embrace you. My heart goes out to you. To Alec Baldwin, you've got to live with this, man. Like you said, man, you got to live with this. And this is in the back of your mind. This is not like something you can just say, okay, I'm just going to wash it away, drink my coffee and go about my day. This is somebody's life that was ended. So I think in all due respect, people should just let the police do what they have to do. Let the facts come out properly. Don't speculate. Please don't QAnon people, get the fuck away from this. Just leave it the fuck alone. Don't do that bullshit where you come out and just conspiracy this and you know what? She was running a midget brothel.
I'm not even going to endorse
little
that.
people. TP, little people.
All I'm saying,
hey, he can call them that.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming.
Asshole.
Jesus.
Spike it, Dave. Spike it.
I said this is one of those cases that it's tragic. Let it happen, let it play out, and leave it alone because we all know. And then I'm gonna speak for myself. What's gonna happen is every year there's gonna be a mention of this, just like how it was every year. It was mentioned when Brandon Lee passed. It's like, oh, here's the eve of Brandon Lee passing away after 1 year. We're on the eve of Brandon Lee passing away. Now it's 10 years, and that constant reminder is hard for those who are associated or attached to this in one way or the other, be it if you worked on the film, they're on the film, whatever, and that's just gonna be a constant reminder. And that's going to add stress on to anyone, be it her loved ones or his or for him. So just let the people do what they have to do. If change is going to be made, then let changes be made, but don't turn around and say, it's like you have a car, you get into a car accident. Okay, well, you got into a car accident. Well, now everyone's going to be on you. And then picture every year someone coming up to you. Hey, man, remember last year when you had that car accident? Yeah, I know. I'm trying to forget it. Okay, hey, man, remember 5 years ago you had the car accident right here on this on-ramp?
Yeah, man, bro, but Google and Facebook also kind of reminds you that shit. It pisses me off.
Your memories.
Facebook.
I just want the film to be finished. I want it to be completed shooting. And I want the first review to be Killer Cast.
Oh!
All right.
Safe word.
For Thomas Patrice.
Vingo!
Dr. Zulf Ali. And Barry 3D Carter. I'm Barry Sokolowski. Remember, there's a lot of good people out there, and if you can't find one, be one.
Woo!